What's up, dear YouTube friends? So you will see how I will adjust my camera now before shooting the video. I think that's pretty. No, it was it was looking good, but I think it's good. Yeah, good enough. Good enough for me. No, that's not good enough. It needs to serve its purpose. Yeah. So today I want to talk about the one time I traveled from Barcelona to Valencia by bus. And so it was in late summer of 2023, 1.5 years ago. And yeah, so I was in Barcelona and there was this big storm forming up. And I was hesitating to either stay in Barcelona or to move. I didn't feel because I felt that a storm was coming up, and so I decided to move to go down south. So I like in the morning, I I hadn't slept that night almost, and or maybe not at all even, and I decided I would go to the main train station of Barcelona and that I would hop on this bus to Valencia. Now, when I booked the ticket, um, a Spanish guy came like behind me and like he helped me, but yeah, so on the screen of the machine, you would like buy your ticket. The instructions were in Spanish, I think. Maybe I had said it in French even, or English, or German, I don't remember. But this one Spanish guy who always lurked at the train station, apparently, came up from behind and told me how I should buy my ticket, what ticket I should buy. He was kind of putting pressure on me, like, can't you read? Can't you read? And I was like, yeah, well, I'm a tourist. I don't, I just. But yeah, so I got my ticket. I think it was like 35 euros, maybe even less, but it wasn't too expensive. Maybe it was, yeah, it was around like between maybe 30 and 40 euros. And so yeah, I took a seat in the bus, and since I booked my ticket, I bought my ticket uh, last, like very like late, like right before the trip. I was like I got a seat, like it was like so siete is like, and so it's seven in Spanish, and it was I don't remember now, 70, 70, 70 in Spanish. Zeptic, I don't know. But anyways, I had this one seat and it was like 70, or maybe it was siete. But I was sitting next to a homeless guy and he was very skinny and he drank. So with the moment I like sat next to him, I realized, oh, okay, now I am next to a homeless guy, visibly, and he he is drinking. He's drinking on this like I think it was maybe some kind of like schnapps. Schnapps is like some kind of like liquor. He was drinking on some kind of liquor and mixed with like maybe Coca-Cola. And yeah, okay. So I didn't mind. I didn't mind. I was like, okay, like but he would eventually engage with me. He would talk and talk and talk the whole trip. And the other like passengers, Spanish people mostly, were like, oh, we blame we blame this guy, like me, because I had to I could just have been like mean to him, like not mean, but I could just have like turned my back. But I started engaging with him too, and this was probably the best Spanish lesson I got so far. No, no, this would be a lack of respect for my Spanish teacher. I even have my Spanish teacher's like phone number because well, yeah. Anyways, well, I could have visited her in Madrid, but I didn't go to Madrid, and so anyways, but this guy, he kept talking and talking and talking with me, and Barcelona is at at the sea, right? And so um, we in Valencia is also at the sea. It's just south from Barcelona, and so normally I think the trip should have taken like 3 hours maybe, and so I told you in the beginning that I felt like a storm was building up during the night, and in fact it started raining while we were in the bus, but not just a bit. Like I'm talking, it was raining so much that like the streets were flooded, and yeah, the bus had to stop. The bus had to stop, and the Spanish like homeless guy next to me. Later on, he told me he's actually from Hungary. Hungary, is that right? Yeah, Hungary. He's actually from Hungary, but he immigrated to Spain a couple of years ago, like probably many years ago, because his Spanish was fluent, and so he taught me some Spanish. Está lloviendo means it's raining, and yeah, so he explained me in Spanish that like he pointed at the sky and he showed me some clouds above the sea, and we were like so there were like some kind of like hills, like rocky, like kind of like not mountains, but and so on the right side I remember, and on the left there was some like empty space, and farther away you could see the sea, but it was raining dogs, it was raining so much, and yeah, the bus had to stop, and you would see these Spanish grandmas with their rain jackets, like sometimes because the bus stopped like for a while, and so some people, they stood up, they even quickly went outside. Also, the rain was warm. It wasn't like a cold rain. It was like a warm rain. And I didn't finish what I was saying before. So the homeless guy pointed the sky, like he explained me that tornadoes were, like little tornadoes, were spinning, like between this area, between the sea and like the road. And I was kind of afraid when he told me that this could last for days, and that we might be stuck for days. Now, fortunately, we weren't stuck that long, and we went to some gas station, so that was our next stop. And yeah, so I got along with the homeless guy. We were so he was very, very thin somehow. He was very, very thin, very skinny, almost frightening. But he was also very nice in a way, very gentle. But he kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and you could definitely tell that he was kind of disconnected from reality. Also because of the stuff he told me. So he like believed in conspiracy theories, and he told me about these like conspiracy theories, and he was very knowledgeable somehow. He knew lots of facts about like different car brands, about like I told him that I'm from Germany, and I'm German and so on, and yeah, he knew the German cars, he knew about the economy, and yeah, but so he explained me how these tornadoes were forming in the sky, and that we might be stuck for days. And yeah, I remember that at the gas station it was still raining so much. And yeah, yeah, um, eventually we got closer to Barcelona, and the homeless guy was getting more and more drunk, and he kept like telling me the same stuff over and over and over again, and it was about nueve cuarenta dos or uno. No sé. I don't remember if it was 1941 or two. He was telling me that the airplanes that were bombing some of Spain apparently at that time were that they weren't real. That this couldn't be real. That and so he told me that to him. Um, the airplanes that had bombed like Spain apparently, or this area we were like passing by bus. He told me that these airplanes were that they weren't real, that they were somehow that some stuff that so he told me that like at least to him um, like a lot of stuff isn't explainable. It cannot be explained. And so to him, the way that these airplanes just got sent in like the sky to bomb like Spain during like or before like during like or at the beginning of World War II, that this was a conspiracy, and not even a conspiracy. It was very weird, and it didn't make any logical sense. It didn't make any logical sense. But I got some Spanish. I got some Spanish vocabulary and words, and just and some Spanish input is what I wanted to say. I got some Spanish input, and at the end, when we arrived in Barcelona, well, he was so drunk that he kind of like fell asleep. He fell asleep in the bus, and I wanted to wake him up, but then I realized, he's not leaving like the others, and he got himself drunk, maybe on purpose, and maybe he's kind of homeless, and he uses the opportunity to be in the bus for some other reason that maybe I just because the bus driver is going to like pass and check if the bus is empty anyways. He just fell asleep, massively drunk. He even proposed me some alcohol. I said no, but I agreed upon some like jamon. Jamon is like some it's kind of some meat he gave to me, and that was nice. I ate it. But yeah. So also he had a phone that was discharged, but he had yeah, 10 euros on the back of his phone. And yeah, so I was like, okay, I guess that was it. And yeah, I left the bus, and it was probably like the afternoon. And I finally arrived safe and sound in Barcelona, in Valencia from Barcelona. And then I had to pick a hostel, because also I didn't have a lot of money at that time, but I was on the road, and I had to find a place to sleep. And so I googled on Google Maps, like I searched for the cheapest hostel, and I got a very cheap hostel. Like I think it was 20 or 25 euros a night. I think the first night was 20, and funny enough, the second night, because I extended my stay, it was 25, I think. But then I left. And yeah, but the time I was at this hostel, I met lots of different people, also German people, and they wondered, like, you're from Germany, but like, why do you sound like that? What region are you from? Like, what land is kind of like a state? What? And I explained to them that I'm also from France, but I didn't really grow up in Germany, and so yada yada yada. I always have to explain this to German people. and so this also kind of annoys me after time. But yeah, but anyways, I also met some English people, so a Canadian guy who twisted his ankle. Yeah, because it was late at night, and we went out in the city, and when he came back, he wanted to climb the gate of the hostel because he was drunk a bit. He was like tipsy, and he underestimated the danger, and he finally like didn't like jump but he decided he would climb back down from the gate of the and wait as we were like as we did the others like one Dutch girl and one I remember her name, but I don't like to mention names in my video, but an Australian girl that I like. These people I have some of them on social media, but yeah, so he when he climbed back down, he yeah, he kind of underestimated the danger, and he twisted his like ankle, and it was really swollen, and yeah, it looked really bad. And now it's looking like people are going to like go right at like the spot I am, like, but like I will feel like inhibition, like, because right now I feel kind of uninhibited because there's no one listening. But if all these people now all of a sudden come right at the spot I am like recording this video from, but I see they're passing, but they are hesitating to come, like, to, well, if they come, then maybe I'm going to lower my voice, or eventually never like not finish the video, not load it up even. You're gonna find out. Anyway, if I'm going to load this up and you are listening until now, you will definitely okay. So there is one girl, just one person, that is yeah, approaching the sea, and she's not bothering me. One person is not bothering me, but the whole group right here, it would bother me a bit. I would definitely like move, or like make signs for them to like you know leave me space to like. Okay, anyways, so yeah, that was unfortunate. But yeah, so I hung out with some Spanish people, also Spanish speaking people at the hostel, but they were from Latin America. So like also later in Barcelona, when I came back to Barcelona, Claudia, oh, now I said the name. Okay, but anyways, I'm sure she wouldn't mind. And yeah, so I had like, I met this girl from Venezuela, and so they speak Spanish, but they don't speak the dialect, the local how is it called again? Catalan. And yeah, so I can understand them better than let's say people from Barcelona, because their Spanish is more clear to me, at least. Um, but yeah, so yeah, English speaking people, Spanish speaking people. I also bumped into some Germans, and yeah, it was so nice. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, but I also you know yeah. So I visited I visited some like cathedrals. I went into some museums. Yeah, I had a good time. I ate some good food, and also you can get some fresh fruits and vegetables for a very like cheap price. As yeah, this is really awesome about Spain, and the hostel really wasn't expensive either. And yeah, so then later, yeah, I went back to Barcelona, and I also met like some Irish people, like lots of people. I was in Barcelona previously with some of my buddies, my Italian and American friend that yeah, I don't want to mention their names. Um, but yeah, that was it. Spain and Valencia, however you wanna like pronounce it. You can say Valencia or Valencia. So depending on the accent, you can do the interdental sound for like Valencia, or you just say Valencia, um, like a normal S sound. Yeah, so now that I did this video, I am thinking to myself that it would be good to level up my Spanish skills so that next time I will be in Spain, I'll be able to, really like comprehend and be a part of the whole, yeah, like Spanish experience, I guess. Okay, guys. Um, yeah, so I also have the sea, but it's definitely a different sea than East Spain, like Barcelona, Valencia, and then when you go farther down south, you have Malaga, you have Alicante, yeah, um, yeah, and so this is the Baltic Sea. Okay, guys, I see that I don't have a lot of battery left, and this video is over now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you all the best. Bye bye.